Hi everybody, my name is Lewis and welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna be playing Self-Love Part 2. We played Part 1 a few hours ago, so now I'm gonna post the Self-Love Part 2. So without further ado and enough jibba jabba, let's just go straight to Self-Love Part 2. Hey. Oh, hello. I almost thought you weren't coming today. Yeah, well, lunch is already more than halfway over. Natsuki had typically be meeting Yuri in the stairwell much earlier, since it had been a good way of dodging her friends when she didn't feel like seeing them. Today she's holding a large plastic container in both her hands. I ran to my friends, so I hung out with them for a while. Is that so? Yeah. I was in a good mood today, so I figured I hadn't seen them in a while. Which I had to come up with an excuse for, but I expected that. Plus I have way more of these than that I know what to do with, so I figured I would share with them too. As she sits down, Natsuki opens the lid from her container. You make cupcakes. You know it. It's been a while at this point, so I figured it was about time again. You can take one if you want. Yuri takes a cupcake and carefully twirls it between her fingers. It's brown, with dark green frosting immaculately shaped into a floral pattern and topped with some kind of glittery powder. That sounds delicious! How pretty and pretty. I just ate, so I may not be able to finish it. Are they for the club? Yeah, I guess so. Didn't really think about it, I just made them. I just thought that because green is Monica's favorite color, right? Well, yeah, but that's not really. Yuri takes a small bite. This is green tea flavored. I love green tea. Oh, do you? It was just a random idea I wanted to try, so... Haha, don't laugh at me. I'm not. I just felt happy. Oh, sorry. Usually when... Never mind. What I mean is that I'm glad. Sorry for saying dumb things again. I just wanted to do something nice. And this is something I happen to be good at. And I do know you like him, from past experience. Yuri turns red, recalling the time she treated herself with rather generously to Natsuki's cupcakes. Ironically, her mouth is too full of cupcake for her to stammer an excuse, so she just settles for a disapproving look. How did you get into baking? Oh, well, I don't know. It kinda just always appealed to me. Well, a few years ago, I read this one manga with a lot of baking, so I got like super into it for a while. I was probably making stuff almost every day. But it's something that I always knew I liked anyway. It's like baking is art. It's like art. But when you get good at it, it gets more delicious too. I'm struggling to imagine myself putting my heart into something so artistic, knowing that it will be just eaten afterwards. Yeah, maybe you're too practical for it. I think I prefer to be on the receiving end. It's my other favorite part about it. It's something I can do makes a lot of people happy, like unconditionally. Everyone is always so thankful, and in the moment you get the bringer of joy. I don't know, it just makes me feel valued? Yeah, I guess that. So you were able to make up with your friends today? There wasn't really anything to make up with them about. We weren't fighting or anything. You weren't? Maybe I misunderstood. It only turns into a fight if I lose my control, and that's just unnecessary drama. It only makes things worse. So they're not gonna stop? I mean, it only happens sometimes anyway. It's just the way they are. I'm the only one who ever has a problem with it. It's not worth it. Especially since I have someone to go now, when I don't feel like hanging out with them. Oh, I see. The cupcake's empty foil wrapper audibly crinkles at Yuri's clenches fist. I'm glad that the situation is resolved. Oh, we got the second part of Dusk now. Something's about to go down. That you don't have to avoid them anymore. Yeah, me too. And I don't have to bother you during your alone time anymore. I'm sure you have a lot of reading to catch up on. Yeah. I know that my cupcakes are basically nothing compared to all the stuff you've done for me. But it's the best I can do. So you can have the rest of them. Natsuki grabs the box and slides it over to Yuri's feet. Yuri stares at the box. Then she shakes her head and slides them back. You should save them for your other friends. But I made them for you. Natsuki's voice whines as she protests. I know. And I like them very much, exactly as you thought. You succeeded. But I know you care about making your other friends happy too. And if this is the way you know how to make that happen, then I'm not going to take it from you. No, they were for making you happy. You make me happy. You're worth more than cupcakes to some people. That's why they want to spend time with you and be your friend. Without warning, tears pour from Natsuki's eyes. Oh my god. She pulls her knees to her chest and starts sobbing into her arms. Natsuki! I'm such a bad person. Yuri stammers, feeling panicked. I didn't mean to say something bad. Natsuki shakes her head and wipes her eyes. You didn't. I just... Natsuki tries to choke back her sobs, but she struggles to speak through them. Oh man, we got Piece by Piece playing. I think this is Piece by Piece. Oh my god, bro, this song is so sad and so happy. It's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. I just really hate myself sometimes. And it feels so wrong when you say those nice things to me. Like I don't deserve it. I'm sorry. No, I am. I'm so difficult. And I can't think of a single thing about myself that somebody would like. And I hated myself for bothering you during lunch. I just thought it was my chance to be a good person, like to be nice to do the things you wrote about it in the letter. I knew if I tried in the club, so Yuri and Monica would be super annoying and make a huge deal out of it. You know, I think a lot of those negative things too about myself. I never felt like a good person. I always scrutinize everything I say, and later I feel like I said all the wrong things. And I just spend so much time thinking about myself, hating myself, and feeling like everyone else must hate me too. So I understand some of that though from my own experience. And that's why I wanted to write a letter and express my feelings. It pained me to see those things in someone else that I saw in myself. Natsuki sniffles. Yuri rustles through to her bag and pulls out some tissues, then hands them to Natsuki. Monica told me that it takes a good person to reflect on these things. The desire to improve yourself, that makes you a good person, so don't worry so much. Also, there are things about you that people would like, so... Like what? Like how you're fun for people to be around, and you're not shy, and you know how to make people laugh, and you're very passionate about things, and you know how to take the lead, and you care a lot about other people, and just a lot of things. Oh. Well, now you're making me feel really embarrassed. Well, you're the one who asked. And don't you think I feel embarrassed? Natsuki tries to hide a smile, then she sighs as it fades again. Every time I come here, I always think it's the last time, but then I keep coming back for some reason. Is that bad? Just really confusing. I mean, my friends and I go way back, so ditching them all the time feels like, I don't know. Feels like what? Natsuki's voice gets quiet. Maybe I'm scared that they'll get mad at me. I really don't know what to do. She pauses. Yuri stares into the distance, tracing her eyes along as the patterns of the floor tiles while she thinks to herself. What would you do, hypothetically, if your friends were happy for you instead of mad at you? Happy for what? Happy that your new club is making you happy. Well, that's just not fair hypothetical. Natsuki says that, but with a little confidence in her voice. I always told myself that I don't rely on the approval of others to be happy. And I still feel that way, but I'm spending time with people who put me down whenever I don't have their approval. That's probably what's making me feel so confused. Because I'm threatened out of the things that should make me happy. So no matter what, it's like I have to be unhappy to be happy. It's making my head hurt. That must make it really difficult to feel comfortable with yourself. Being made to feel like you're wrong just for being the person you are. It really goes against everything I believe in, doesn't it? It goes against the kind of person I want to be. I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with a lot of things. Natsuki presses her palms into the forehead and shakes her head. I know what's best of me, but I keep convincing myself out of it. It's so much easier to be comfortably unhappy than it is to do something so scary. To do what? You know, to end it. With them? Natsuki nods. I didn't think you were actively considering that as an option. I wasn't until recently. It's just one of the things where, like, it's been a certain way for so long that you just get used to it. Like, so much of you has gone into it, so much that it feels like that's just how your life is. And throwing it away is like throwing away such a big part of your life. It makes me feel it makes me feel sick to think about. Natsuki sucks. It's just really scary. It's terrifying. What are you scared of? I don't know, a lot of things, like being alone, not having anyone to talk or to hang out with, not being able to replace what I have with them, and I don't want them to hate me. And I'm scared that they'll hurt me for going against them. Physically? Not physically, but Yuri clenches her fists. Natsuki, what? If anyone even thinks to cause you harm, I will unleash hell upon them. That's Yuri. That's fucking amazing. Hell yeah, Yuri. Natsuki snorts in laughter. Don't laugh at me. Sorry, I like that. That's all. Oh, well, I meant it. I know you meant it. I know you did. Natsuki gives Yuri an endearing look. I needed it. As the conversation lapses, Natsuki again slides her box of cupcakes over to Yuri. Just take them, okay? I don't want other people to have them anymore. Are you sure? Natsuki nods. I'm sure. I will then. I'll enjoy them. Natsuki looks away with a feeling of warmth spread through her. She holds onto that feeling, knowing it will give her courage. That's awesome. Ah, you're here first today. And you brought reading material. Natsuki's in her usual spot, this time holding a volume of manga while her lunch sits beside her. Yuri sits down as well and opens her own book. It sucks when a good series has come to an end. Like, it's such a big part of your life, and then one day there's just nothing left. It makes me feel so empty. Unfortunately, I'm about to experience that myself. I'm on the last book of this series. That sucks. But there's also something satisfying about letting a story conclude. I don't know if I want to go on it forever. Maybe. But there are some things that I wish I could. On the other hand, have you ever read... Oh, my bad. Have you ever read something that overstayed its welcome? Yeah, definitely. I can think of at least one thing I've read and got pretty unbearable like halfway through and the ending really sucked. So it sucks when something good has to end, but it also sucks when they just keep inventing more plot until you don't like it anymore. I would honestly love the first choice is much better. It's much better to end it all, like just say John Wick 4, they could just keep making movies, but they just decided to end it and they ended it tremendously good. I loved the ending. It was so perfect. It was fitting. I guess it sucks either way. Well, that's the nature of all things. They come to an end. They too fall silent. They slowly eat while making their way through their respective reading material. Except Natsuki doesn't seem to be touching her food at all. You don't go out during the weekends, right? Excuse me? Like, with friends at the mall or downtown or whatever. Not a total shut-in, you know. Oh, my bad for making assumptions. Well, I'm sure I go less often than other people like you and the others in the club. I don't really meet with friends and arbitrarily spend time like that. I'm usually meeting with my board game group. Board game group? It doesn't matter, it's just more nerdy stuff. Why do you ask anyway? I was just curious. I realized that I couldn't picture it, so I was curious. Yuri looks at Natsuki, realizes that she's shaking. Don't look at me like that. Sorry. Natsuki pulls her knees into her chest and puts her head down. I can take this. Did I do something? Yuri gets flustered, her mind racing over what she may have said or done. I did. I ended it. I texted them earlier, telling them, and then I just blocked them because I was so afraid of their responses. It now feels like I'm dying inside. Oh, that's... I'm sorry. Totally unsure of what to do, Yuri can barely find any words to support her. Meanwhile, the sound of Natsuki unusually hard breathing fills her air. Then she speaks again, barely above a whisper. Help me. I feel sick and I want to hit my head against things. Please help, I can't take this. You may be having a panic attack. With the realization, Yuri's demeanor suddenly changes. I have experience with this, so I'll help you go through it, okay? Natsuki meekly nods through her rapid breath, head still buried in her knees. Yuri slides herself over to Natsuki and sits on the step behind her. Then she puts her hand on Natsuki's shoulders. Can you feel my hands? Natsuki nods. Her shaking becomes much more apparent through Yuri's sense of touch. Yuri keeps her voice low and gentle. You're safe right now. You're in a good and safe place where nothing can hurt you. Natsuki nods once more. Although Yuri is only touching Natsuki's shoulder, she can practically feel her racing pulse through the base of her neck. We'll do a breathing exercise together. All you have to do is listen to my breaths and breathe along with me. Let's breathe in now. Yuri takes a deep, slow breath. Beneath her hands, she feels Natsuki's shoulders rise as Natsuki takes a breath of her own, trying to mimic Yuri. They exhale together. Also, Natsuki's breath shakes on the way out. That's good. Let's keep going. Yuri breathes in one more and Natsuki joins her. It continued like that for a few more cycles while Yuri closely monitors. Eventually, Yuri feels Natsuki rests move under the weight of Yuri's palms. Let's focus on the physical world. All you have to do is focus on the feeling of your breaths going in and out. That's just meditation. And that works very fine, by the way. It works extremely well. And the weight of my hands is on your shoulders. You're in a safe and comfortable physical space. Minutes pass in silence. By now the worst of it has passed, but Yuri is determined to not move away until Natsuki prompts her to. Meanwhile, Natsuki has lifted her head off her knees, and her breathing was mostly steadied. She takes a final deep breath and slowly pulls herself to her feet, causing Yuri to let go. She stretches her arms. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to freak you out. I don't know what my deal is. You don't have to apologize. This must be enormously stressful for you. Is that going to keep happening? It may or it may not. We can take measures to help prevent the future, but I think it will naturally get better over time. Natsuki motions to sit back down again, so Yuri moves over. Yuri turns away to pick up her open book from the dusty floor, which she had hastily set down earlier. She brushes off the dust with the cover. I don't think I could have gotten through that alone. You're not alone. Feeling shy again, Yuri speaks into her own lap. From now on, you don't have to do anything alone. As she says that, Yuri tenses up. It's rare for her to so openly share her thoughts, but something about Natsuki of all people makes her feel much more natural to do so. Perhaps because, like Yuri, Natsuki is so timid and uncertain of herself. Natsuki does such a good job at hiding it that it's taken for a long time to Yuri to finally realize it. And because of that, Yuri is able to deliver the reassurance that she herself would have wanted, demonstrating that you deserve the love of others. If you can accept that for the first time, then perhaps you can begin the tumultuous journey of learning to love yourself. Oh my god, that is so cute. Fucking hell. Do you really mean that? You're probably not gonna regret saying that if you do. How so? Because I'm probably gonna have a lot of free time during the weekends from now on. So if you're giving me permission to be as annoying as I want to drag you around to a lot of places, I see. But sure, I said it, so you can take it back now. This looks so cute and cool though. Well, I suppose I have no choice but to accept that responsibility then. I know a good ice cream place. Oh? That means you'll finally figure out my favorite ice cream flavor, huh? What are you talking about? Oh, you don't remember? The first day that you came to the club, you guessed everyone's favorite ice cream flavor, but for me you said you had no idea. Seriously? I don't remember that at all. Oh yeah, yes I do. I said it was probably green tea. Yuri shakes her head. It's a good guess, but my favorite is usually get chocolate and raspberry together. Bro, this is literally my favorite ice cream too. What the fuck? Chocolate and raspberry? How fancy. How is that fancy? It's not fancy. It's actually delicious and you can get it. Oh, I don't know. I feel like I should have guessed something like that. Well, maybe next time I'll try chocolate and strawberry. Hey, strawberry is my favorite. What a coincidence. I think it helps to have something to look forward to. I still have the sick feeling in my stomach, but it's easier now to convince myself that I did the right thing. Is there anything better I could be doing? No, not that I know of. There's nothing that will make this easy for me. And you already did more than I thought anyone could. Come to think of it, we never talked about the letter you wrote. But I feel like we're past that point and I don't even want to talk about. except that I think it helped me understand my needs a little bit better. The way I like to be treated, and the kinds of friends I want to have. That's why I wanted to start coming here in the first place, even though I was so scared of causing more problems. I thought it was a coincidence that you ran into me here initially. Oh, well, not exactly. What do you mean? Nothing. I may have tracked you down first, with the help of Sayori. But you said I was shy, okay? I wasn't ready to whatever, you know what I'm saying. Well, I guess I'm glad you've worked up the courage, even if it was in your own way. I can tell you've been making a lot of difficult decisions. It's brave, and it will make things better in the long run. I think anyone would be proudly of you for it. Anyone? You mean like you? Yes, like me. Oh, she's stammering at her mouth. You know, I could get used to this. As long as you don't need as long as you don't tease me too much. Fine. Just a little then. That's fine. I know how uncertain everything feels to you right now, but I really do think good things are in store. Those are my honest feelings. Thanks. It feels nice to be reassured. The two girls continue their conversation through the remainder of lunch, but a new feeling hangs in the air, a feeling of greater certainty in their path forward. Just a few hours, there will be another literature club meeting where the 4 club members will happily spend time together. Each of them, all with their own special qualities, have something unique that they can deliver to one another. Though friendship and literature, the club members will continue to grow and find new happiness together. The end of each chapter is the start of the next, Yuri thinks to herself. Since she's about to finish a long-running series, it will be the best to have a new book lineup. Perhaps this weekend would be a good time to visit the bookstore. Together with Natsuki. Oh god. Oh, look at that. Equals. We have the oh wait, 1 second. Quick math. The 13th freaking side story. We have equals, which includes all of them. I am so stoked for this side story. I want to do it now, but I can't. That's the thing. It's probably gonna be posted tomorrow or Thursday, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, we finished the 6 side stories. I think we gotten the Yuri and yeah, look at that. This looks so cool though. Anyway, we have oh. I've seen that. It is more Monica artwork. Oh, it's actually it's a very nice Monica artwork, so it works fine. Anyway, by the way, guys, we have 98% data collection. You know what that means. We're probably gonna finish the DLC too, the whole DLC plus. And the fact is, I am so stoked to finish equals. So yeah. Anyways, enough the jibba jabba and the yapping. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you click the like button, of course. Comment if you want to suggest me anything, and maybe consider subscribing. Till then, see ya!